Hi, I'm Joe. Welcome back. This is the ultimate love letter. Thank you for joining the conversation. The trash that we take into our temple is the conversation I need to get into today. And like all these messages are always a message from me, but as I know they're a message from me, I know that there's someone out there that also it's intended for. I have been not drinking for a little over a month now. Well, actually, going on 2 months now. And I'm just noticing the clarity and the health that's happening within my body. You know, as things are changing right now, in life, I was just saying yesterday, like, I wonder how I would be handling those profound changes if I was consuming alcohol. And I'm not talking about just, hard liquor because I haven't been really big on hard liquor, in some time, but really just wine also. Like I love having wine with meals. And I'm finding myself right now in the middle of big changes, uncomfortable changes, uncertainty. And I wonder how I would be navigating those changes if I was consuming the downer that is alcohol. We don't realize it, right, when we're in it, but it is a downer, right? It does absolutely affect everything in our life. It puts filters on our life, it clouds our clarity, it brings our energy down. And we become more anxious, right? A bit more stressed. And even if you think, oh, I'm not stressed in life, but you are consuming alcohol, I would encourage you maybe remove the alcohol for a couple days and see how you feel without it. We don't understand the pain that we're in when we are absorbing these toxins into our body. And this is definitely not a conversation on, you know, giving up alcohol or any of that. I'm just beginning with alcohol. I'm going to discuss the many different toxins that we take in our body. And for me, I'm not ready to say that I'm giving up alcohol forever. I'm just saying that I'm enjoying this deep sense of just vibrance and alert and awareness and focused intention. And I know it has an extreme amount to do with the fact that I'm not consuming alcohol right now. I have a family member right now that's dealing with some, uncomfortable times like all of us are. And, he's up late at night, unable to sleep, tossing and turning. His days are, he would say they're great, but really in reality, they're not so great, right? He's complaining, he's just dealing with overall discomfort. And even though I understand he's blaming the discomfort on what's happening on the surface in life, I also know the amount of alcohol he consumes regularly, daily, as a matter of fact. So I know on the outside looking in that the alcohol he's taking in is greatly impacting the adversities that he's having. It's not helping. You're not dealing with it better. I know that, we usually numb our situations with, liquor. I know because I was there. I get it. But as we numb these things, as we suppress these things, or we think we're suppressing them, what we're really doing is just burying them. Like we would bury a healthy seed that we would hope to grow and flourish into something great. We're burying basically shit that will then grow more shit when we're not dealing with it. When we think we're just suppressing it under the filter, the fog of alcohol. So I want to encourage anyone, if you're dealing with something that's uncomfortable, instead of trying to remove the pain with a substitute like, drinking or drugs or anything else, can you try switching it to feeling the pain? Just look at it, just observe it. Feel all you have to feel. Kick, scream, yell, cry out, pray, meditate, stare into the abyss. See if you can just be with the pain for any amount of time. Or if you're not dealing with anything, super uncomfortable right now, just see if you can remove these substitutes, these substances rather, from your life, and see the health, the clarity, the healing that you gain as a result of removing these filters from our life. What I know I found the first time I decided I was going to, lay off of drinking wine for a moment, I could not believe how I craved it. Like when I sat down for lunch or even a midday snack, like I wanted a little glass of wine. Like this is what I had been doing for many years. It was like a habit. If I'm having a salad, I want a glass of Chardonnay to go with it. If I'm having some pasta, oh, where's my red wine? Like it just became habit. And for me, understanding that our mind will definitely dictate and control our life, I was not okay with my mind now calling the shots. Oh, you're having a meal, you need wine to go with that. And here comes the craving. Here comes literally the salivating. No, I had to tell my mind, oh, no, no, no. I run you, not the other way around. And so I sat with it until the craving went away. I was telling my mind, I win. I run this shit, not you. And as I began to just make healthier habits, what opened up in my life personally was more aligned, healthier experiences. The friends that came were more healthy. The experiences that I came were aligned. Talking about the other crap that we bring in our temples, like I'm going to get real. The men, I'm speaking to our women right now, but also you men, I'm speaking to you. Replace the word man with women or man with man, whatever the title is. But for me, when I was taking in unclean men into my body, unclean relationships, for the sole purpose of what? Wanting to be in someone's company, wanting to feel something. And here's the thing, when we're involved in an intimate situation, whether that's, love making, well, if that's love making, let's be honest, you're not making love unless you are. When I found myself in relationships where I knew that this wasn't my person, my quote unquote forever man, one of my girlfriends says forever man. When I knew this situation was less than me, but I wanted to, feel something. I wanted to fill the space with something. I wanted to, oh my God, no pun intended. But I mean, I wanted to fill my loneliness, that space with something. I turned to whatever was available, someone that I liked just enough, someone that I enjoy their company for a few hours. In that moment, I understand this is not serving me. In that moment, I know I am not making love. In that moment, I know that even the feeling, no matter how good I might be thinking it was never great. It was just so. I'm simply keeping it real. It was just so, and I'm speaking about everything. I'm speaking about the orgasms that came, even though, orgasms are meant to be explosive and vibrant, and you're meant to feel electricity and all that. Even though I had those things, I can still say at the end of the day, it was still like, because it wasn't the person that was meant for me. It wasn't the man that served my soul. You, these individuals were serving something else, that were actually serving something that was misaligned with me. They were there to only clearly just show me what was misaligned within myself. And so the trash that we take in our body, understand that that too is creating something very profound in your life. And it may not be everything you want it to be. For instance, when I was dealing with these lower level vibrations, what was manifested, what was created? What was created was I didn't feel fulfilled, for one. I actually, when I think about it in hindsight, I felt like trash. Actually, in the moment, I know I was feeling like trash. And, but again, that's because at the root of me, I understood who I was, even though I may not have been expressing that outwardly. I certainly wasn't doing that with my actions, right? Just allowing these lower level men to come into my life and partake, even though I knew deep down, even though it was a small sensation, I knew that I was worthy for greater, but I was settling for something lower. And so just in that, I could sense the trash that it was creating. These lower vibrational relationships just kept me in a lower vibrational experience. The more people that came just matched that experience. I can't say I created any powerful relationships. They were all just, eh. Why? Because I was feeding, I was consuming things that remained on a lower vibration. They were trash. So as I took in trash, what I produced was trash. Thinking about what I consume on TV, right? And now I'm going to speak present day. Right now, I don't really watch a lot of TV other than I love documentaries. I love a good film. Every now and again, I love to just lay down and just watch a good, especially right now, fall season is one of my favorite seasons. And I just love spooky season. I love hauntings. I love crime shows. I love, serial killer shows. I love that shit so much. Like, I don't know why I'm intrigued by it, but I love it. Um, I also notice rather what's created when I consume a lot of this. Like when I go overload, and it's usually always like September, October, that spooky season, it's like everything that's on the TV, it's hauntings, it's murder. And it's so funny because just last night, we were watching something on TV. Oh, we were watching a cute we were watching Beetlejuice, right? We're getting ready to watch the sequel to Beetlejuice. And so we were watching the original. Aaron had never seen it. So we're watching it. Cute film. If you know it, it's just a classic. It's adorable. And as it went off, I immediately turned to the documentary of the Amityville Horror. And at this point, Aaron was kind of on the laptop, really just listening to the TV, but not really engaged, right? He was working. But as soon as he just began to hear, the dialogue and people recounting the murders that happened in Amityville, he immediately knew what I was watching. And he said, "What the hell is that?" It was like he said, like he just knew, like, oh no, she's switching into that deeply spooky season where all I consume is like hauntings and murder mysteries and whatnot. And I just chuckled at it and I thought, oh my God, it was a reminder for me when I get into, the trash of those films, and it is trash. But I remember what is created. I don't sleep as good. I actually have nightmares of what I'm watching. And I'm going to keep it real because all I do is keep it real, but I experience shit. I experience shit in the home. I experience supernatural things that because you open yourself up to these things. And even though I won't get into the little bullshit, the supernatural bullshit that has come as a result of over consuming these films, I will say they certainly come. And, oh man, I'm being led to share something. Okay. I'm going to share. A couple years ago, I'll just share this one that happened a few years ago. Me and my mom were heavy into it. My mom loves spooky films also, and we were heavy into like just binging The Exorcist and all these garbage films that are classics and they're amazing films, but overconsumption of this shit brings shit. And so we were consuming a lot this month. And I know I was dealing with something. I would go home, I would have nightmares. There was, a couple of supernatural things that were happening in the home. And I knew instantly, okay, it's because I've overconsumed this shit, this trash. I didn't say anything to my mother. But when I went to meet with my mother shortly after this, and we were deciding what to watch, what film to binge next, my mom said, I don't want to do any of that demonic shit anymore. And I said, why? And she said, something happened in the house. And I knew instantly because I had been experiencing it too. So what she said had happened in the house is my parents have a music studio that is on the first floor of their home. And that's the only thing that's on the first floor, music studio and a waiting room. And the entire home is really on the second level. And so she said she had woken up one night and there was like a black kind of line or drawing that led from the studio up into the main home. It was just like someone had taken maybe, like black chalk or some kind of black marker, but not a marker. It was almost like chalk or a crayon and squiggled and drew the line leading from the downstairs upstairs. And it's only her and my father in the house. She definitely didn't do it. He damn sure didn't do it. So who did it? And she just said, I'm done with this for now. We've overconsumed. Let's move on to something more uplifting. And so I just want to say to keep an eye on the shit that we're consuming, whether that's alcohol, whether that's drugs, whether that's unclean men or women. And I mean unclean, meaning not your people. Also, what we're watching on TV. Also, what we're reading online. Here's another thing. I go through on my Instagram every couple months and I edit who I'm following. I only follow the accounts that are serving me, that are uplifting me. I want to be inspired by the content that I'm seeing regularly. And that doesn't mean I have to follow everyone. Now, I have people that I love and that I feel like I'm being fed by a lot of their content, but I don't necessarily follow them. When I'm ready for their content, I go to their page. I know how to find them. I go to their page. I don't need to be inundated constantly with everything that everyone's putting out. But then when I look at it, that's just being selective. And how you do one thing is how you do everything. So today, just because of all the healing that I've done throughout the years, I'm selective with everything. I'm like selective with the friendships that I keep. I'm selective with the man that I have in my life. Well, he's the only man. I select him, and that's the end of that shit. I'm selective with the experiences that I say yes to. I'm selective with what I read. I'm selective with what I watch, and I'm selective with the counts that I follow. I don't I don't understand when people follow like 7,000 people. Who the hell are you following? Do you need all that consumption? I'm also selective with the amount of time I'm on social media. I noticed that, since this summer, yes, social media is great and I get a lot of inspiration. I get fed by, inspirational quotes and people's lives, and I need to see it. I need to feel the inspiration, but I also need to understand when to log off and engage in reality, my life, my friendships, God Himself. And so it's understanding, it's editing the experiences that are in our life and understanding when we're consuming trash and when we're consuming things of quality. And so I want to ask you, with the friendships that you're keeping, are they quality or are they trash? Are they serving you, serving your highest good, or are they serving to feed you lower level experiences and keeping you at that lower level? Here's the thing, if we want to attract high quality experiences, you're going to need high quality energy in the bank. If all we're storing up like a bank account, if all, because energy is more real than the money in the bank, the assets that you hold. So if we're just stirring up lower level energy, lower level meaning we're taking trash by way of alcohol and drugs in our body. We're taking trash as far as the food that we're consuming. Is it processed? Right? Ugh, is it processed? Let's just say there. Is it a lot of dead animals? Are you taking on that energy? Is it healthy, vibrant, living foods? Organic foods? Are you taking in high level energy into our body? Are we taking in high level literature into our body? What we're watching, the documentaries, are they serving us on a higher level? Are we taking in high level quality individuals, women? Are we taking in quality caliber men into our body? Men that revere us, men that love us, men that serve us, men that treat us like the goddesses that we are? If we do, wow, we are going to create absolutely organically, effortlessly, high quality experiences because you have high quality contents within us. At the same time, if we're taking in low vibrational foods, McDonald's, steak, chicken. I'm keeping it real. If we're dead animals, think about it, a dead animal. If we're over consuming dead animals into our body, that's a vibration. I'm keeping it 100. That's a vibration. If we're taking in and accepting low level friendships and we're just saturated and they're complaining, lower energy mindset all the time, if we're just dealing with low vibrational men and women, men that don't serve us only because we want to fill the lonely space with some company, are we watching garbage on TV? All of that will produce also lower level misaligned situations. If you want to create a high quality experience, for instance, if you want to travel the world, if you want to achieve the highest level in your career, if you want to have your projects explode onto the scene and be living your creative life for the rest of your life, those are high quality experiences. You're going to need high quality energy to attract those experiences. Don't fool yourself. We cannot remain on a lower level vibe and think that we're going to attract a high quality situation. You're not even on the frequency to create a high quality experience for yourself. You're not on that frequency. It doesn't exist there. When we want to experience high quality, high value situations, we're going to have to be that first. You're going to have to be that first so then you can move yourself to the higher level frequency. How you do that, I've already explained it. consume the best in what you're reading, what you're watching, who you're spending your time with, what you're eating, the words that you're speaking to yourself. All has to be high quality so that you can ascend to that higher level vibration where all the greatness that you want exists. You're worthy of only the best of everything, the best foods, the best literature, the best friendships, the best romantic relationships, the best experiences. But it starts with removing the trash. Take out the trash once and for all. Watch what you're putting in your temple. Take things in your temple that serve you, that serve the highest you, that serve your soul, that serves yourself. Take only the very best into your body, and you will see only the very best coming out in your everyday life. Thank you so much for joining this conversation. Please share it with someone who you feel needs to be inspired, needs to be reminded of the God and the goddesses that we are. Also, we have a beautiful new partnership. We actually have a few. I haven't said it yet, but right now I want to talk about 4Ocean. I have a special gift for anyone who wants to do their part in helping remove plastic from our ocean and increase to make life more vibrant, more healthy for our marine life and for ourselves, because we're all connected. You can do so now with literally any purchase on 4Ocean sites. You are removing 5 pounds of plastics from the ocean. And I have a special gift in the link that I'm going to attach for a discount code. And I want to thank you in advance for doing your part in keeping our ocean coastlines and our rivers clean. Talk about karma. If you intend for health for another being, guess what happens to you? Health comes to you. And that's true. Until next time, love yourself and love others. We'll chat again real soon. Bye for now.